Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into nightmares.
Going up top, Josh Jacobs. Carwood time, launches for Aguilar, behind the knee for the touchdown. Oh, here's it out, separation, pulled in, Henry runs, the speed, touchdown. What a catch by Renfro.
You can beat anybody, anywhere, on any time zone.
Just win, baby.
Good evening, Raider Nation. It is episode 23. We got a double header for you tonight, you lucky people. It's a short week, so we thought it'd be wise to combine this evening. So we have got a post-game wrap-up for you from last night's shenanigans. And then we'll shift on through to the... Sorry, Tony's doing like hand signals at me in the pre-stage, and I am well confused. And then we're going to go into a little bit of pre-game for you for the Chargers on Thursday night. So aren't you lucky? What a lucky episode. Let us know, guys, that you're in the chat. Let us know you're here. Give us a howdy doody. Whilst you're saying hello, let's say hello to Tony.
Oh, how are we doing? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. A little bit tired.
A bit tired? Why are you a bit tired?
It was past my bedtime.
Oh, is it? You need that beauty sleep?
No, it was past my bedtime last
Oh, it
night.
was past your bedtime. Yeah. Yeah. Well, a few people looked a little bit tired, but anyway. Yeah.
Right. Bearded one never looks tired. Let's bring him in.
You can't be tired with my lavish. There's no lavish lifestyle. It's just wine, shit football, and food. That's what last night was, minus the wine, unfortunately. How are we?
That was great company last night, I thought, but you know,
the company was.
Company was good fun.
What?
Football was terrible. Helinda in the comments says she's still waiting for that touchdown.
Helinda's just tuned into the Chiefs pre-game show.
Secret jokes, getting the tailgate, enjoying our fun. It's the only good thing about Sunday nights recently is the tailgate.
Right, well, Tony, do you want to say howdy doody? Who we got out there in the chat?
Let's have a little look through. You'll have to bear with me because change of scenery and I'm on my laptop tonight. So, right, where are we? Kenny Blair first in again. He's back at the top. Clive Knowles is in. Mark Roberts in. Alinda, as mentioned, in. So I'm guessing she'll get that shout out in about half an hour. Now the Golden Comment is in.
West Coast delay.
Matt Berry's in, and Jed Harris is in.
Evening, all.
And Colin McDonald's in.
Look at that. Nice. Cool. Well, let's get rolling. Probably time we just rip that Band-Aid off. I think I seem to have trademarked that at the moment.
Yeah.
Get to it. I don't know which intro to play. I think I'll probably do this one, and then I'll follow it straight up.
Hey! Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your skull?
I have to give that some airtime, Tony. It is brilliant.
Cheers.
It's not brilliant. I don't like the subject matter at all.
No.
And I completely screwed up because I didn't even change the layouts. Fire me.
Two people fired this week. But we'll get on to that.
Oh, we'll get on to that one.
Welcome, Rocky.
Oh,
what a shit show.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's come out.
what a shitty game.
It was.
Like they certainly scoreline 44-27. I don't believe that actually they were. I'm doing some maths here. 16? I get it right. No, 17.
Depends what you're trying to figure out.
Might work out.
So I think they were 17 points better. I think that they almost got some garbage time touchdowns, some garbage time points at the end.
I wouldn't even call them garbage time because we were still in it. I remember talking to you guys on the tailgate, and we were sat there going, right, this drive now, it's touchdown or nothing. If we need to score this drive, and I think there was about 7 minutes left in the game. First play was the fumble. And we were like, God. And then you come out the next drive. Well, the next drive straight after that, because they scored on that drive. We're like, okay, might be able to scrape a tie with this drive. No, pick six. God.
Was just
Yeah.
We said I said you guys agreed that we just needed to get back to seeing some Raider football, as in play the game that we play, and I think we kind of tried to, but we just kept on fucking up.
Yeah, we did.
It was just, but they weren't big fuck ups. They were big fuck ups. But I mean, as in they weren't. I don't know how to explain this. They just were. When we screwed up, but we didn't. It didn't completely demoralize us, which was reassuring to see. And they were comebackable from. I think is really where I'm at. I'm a bit of a loss from last night. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Odd. I mean, I think Dale's got it in the comments. We were still in it until the pick six, and that was kind of the genuine feeling that I had. That there was still hope until that pick six, and then it was just done.
Yeah.
And you consider how many drives were cut short. I mean, it goes back to, again, we saw it the other week when Darren Waller had a fumble, and then the week after he had some drop passes. And you turn around and go, that's not like Waller. And in the same instance in this game, that is not like Renfro to lose the ball in that fashion. It's just not. So it is a case of things just an amalgamation of bad things happening simultaneously. But if you look at the numbers, which I'm sure we'll get into, DC had a better game than Rivers. And it's frustrating that these little accidents change the tide of the game so much.
So I didn't go full hog. You mentioned there on the numbers. I didn't go full hog on the numbers. But we owned the ball. I think that's because they had a couple of quick scores as well.
Yeah.
The one thing that really jumps out at me on the numbers is this lack of sacks.
Again.
Just silent. Absolute. That's crickets, and that's not okay. That's really not okay from this D line.
No,
it's not. It's not. It's positive. It's positive to see the same stat on the other side of the ball as well. Obviously, Trent was back in, but
it is. But
yeah.
But the key was knocking Phyllis around, and it just didn't materialize.
No, it didn't.
So
at this point in his career, if you've not keyed on to the fact that you need to hit Phyllis hard and early, then quite frankly, I think we've made the right move. But we'll get onto that in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Something else that jumps out to me there as well. We still can't get this rushing game going, and I don't understand why. Well, I do know why we didn't get the running game going. It's because Derek Carr threw 45 pass attempts.
Yep.
Which I'll be honest with you, I don't disagree with. In terms of the composition, I want to see him out there throwing that, much like we need to feed JJ, but JJ is playing a little bit banged up at the moment. So we can't do what we did earlier on in the season, which is stick game on JJ's back, let him key off, and then we go, go to the passing game. I think we needed to have a passing attack against them. And like that freaking pick in the end zone is a hell of a grab by that Colts guy. I can't remember his name, but it was.
This is another one of them examples, and I'll eat my words on that one. No, you know what? I'm not going to eat my words. Colts defense, I don't think is all that still, because that grab, that interception was otherworldly. Like, you'd be happy with your receiver making that grab in
exactly
the middle of the field. So for him to make it in the back of the end zone, like, that's flawless. And then obviously, like I said, Hunter, it's not like him to drop the ball, so that's frustrating. The other interception was a tipped pass, I believe, late in the game. It's just, and the frustrating thing as well, like you said, Ollie, 17 points. I think the stats showing that they scored 17 points off of turnovers. Like,
yeah, and you got to think about it. 17 points off turnovers, and what would we have done with those drives? You'd hope we would have put at least 3 points up.
Even one field goal in them 3 drives.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the other thing is, when we were in the red zone, I think there was a point in the game where we'd had 4 trips to the red zone and we'd scored 3 points. I don't know what the play calling was, but something wasn't clicking. I mean, obviously one of them was a turnover, which was unfortunate. But one of those games where nothing clicked.
Well, it was. I'm not going to be completely defeated about it, right? I think that nothing clicked in New York and nothing clicked in Atlanta. I still think some stuff was clicking yesterday. We just had some fuck-ups, which ended up, when you combine them all together, one less turnover, we were definitely still in that game. One less, and that's 3. They say turnovers win football games. Well, turnovers lose football games for us. So, but
Matt's had a great comment there. He said, as soon as we lost Ferrell, our run D died a death, and it did. We said this as well, didn't we, watching the game? Literally, the play where Ferrell went out, they ran the ball to his side, and I think they put a 15-yard run up on that first play. I was like, oh, God damn, here we go.
I don't know. I'm really, really confused on this one, and I just don't 100% get why we seem to be falling off this cliff. And I'm not saying the season's dead, because we'll come on to it later. But I'm not saying the season's dead. But I mean, we really need to wake the fuck up. Otherwise, just throw the next 3 games. Throw them. Don't even turn up. Don't even put DC out there. Don't even put JJ out there. Just throw them and get a better draft pick. Otherwise, we do still have a probability of making the playoffs here on our own terms. Granted, I think we have to win out, and we'll come to it later. But we can still do this on our own back.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
No, like you said, we'll get to it later, but I wouldn't say, can we do it? I mean, we are now in a position where we're having to rely on results.
We do have to rely on one result if we win out.
Yeah.
We have to rely on one result, which, you know what? I'll take that, because I think the percent, it's like 97% if we win out that we get in. So I'll take those odds.
We will get onto this, because I was sat there crunching that playoff picture page for a while.
I can send you a good link. There's a good one.
Oh, my.
Actually, it might not be 97. So, anyways, what have we got in the comment wise? I think pass rush. Briefly mentioned it earlier. Just this is woeful. Like Marinelli, even if Gunther is calling the plays, like Marinelli is still like in charge of that that line.
This is where I'm gonna get onto when we get onto that topic.
Well, what the firing piece?
Yes, which I think a lot of people are itching to talk about.
They are.
I'm happy to just forget talking about this game and let's move straight on.
It'd be interesting to see, Mitch, if you've got to say about the defensive line and Rob Marinelli what I've got to say about it. Be interesting.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, we're just, if anything, we're in sync.
So, well, what else have we got? Let's just maybe close this door. So, I'm just taking a look through. Probably just waiting for Herlinda's comment because she's only just started the segment.
Yeah.
She's going to pop up and say hello in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through the comments. I think a lot of people just want to see us move on from this. Unlike previous weeks, I think this is tape that you do look at during the week, because there was more to learn from it than I think the fumbles cost us the game, but we should have been able to still come back from it. Is my feeling. I still think even with 3 turnovers, well, 2 turnovers, we were well in that game.
Yeah, there's it's not stats you want to see, but going 0-3 on the turnover board is terrible. But like I said, if we could have still won this game and been -3 in turnovers, like it would have meant our offense would have had to do so much to keep us in it, which we're not shy of. It's happened the previous years and it's happened this year. We shouldn't have to do it. So I'm not going to turn around and go, it's the offense's fault we didn't win this game, because at the end of the day, again, on the defensive side,
across the board.
Yeah.
Just lacking across the board. So,
but that being said, obviously, like you've alluded to, that there is learning points within last night's game film. It's very, very different to the Atlanta game.
Yeah. Well, with the Atlanta game, I remember saying that when I done a load of numbers work on that, and it worked out that they had like a 35-yard field on average every time they had a turnover from us, and they had 5. So I couldn't blame the defense in that, because they're already in field goal range when they got the ball. So, you know, when they were given an 80-yard field, our defense was stopping Atlanta, so that was good. But in this game, just then, we can't even really blame that. I mean, the pick six is a pick six. That's just a play that's obviously rare. But the interception in the end zone, they started that like they would a kickoff. They started that at the 20-yard line. So you've still got 80 yards to stop them.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. We want to talk about it. We've been asking for it. Let's do it. Gunther's gone.
Yeah. It's all about dancing.
my feelings on this is, thank fuck he's not there for 21.
Yeah.
But if that was genuinely on the cards, why was it not done sooner?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on this.
Yeah, I struggle to understand it, because we said this, didn't we, on our show? It was either going to be bye week or it's going to be off season. So to do it now, it's just like I just feel it. There's a slim chance that for whatever reason, everyone just goes, "Oh my god, this is amazing," and we ball out on defense for some unknown reason, and it works. But I just don't see it happening. I think worst case, we stay as we've been all season for the next 3 games. I don't think it's going to improve.
Well, so look, Marinelli's not going to overhaul the defensive scheme overnight. What he's going to be able to do is impose some wrinkles, some changes, and I think that certainly, you know, as we come into the next segment, we've only just got to this one, so I'm not moving on yet. As we come up against the Chargers, they don't know what to prep for. We can throw some real wild shit at Justin, and he's going to go, my coach has never said this was going to happen. That is only on the assumption we are capable of doing some wild shit, which I truly believe we are. We have enough veteran stuff, veteran players out there. I think players like Max and I don't know what the current status of Crosby is with a short. Clears. Given the short week, I don't know whether he's going to be healthy. I think you can write off Arnett. Plus, I wouldn't want to use Arnett in any some kind of trickery shit. So I think this kind of plays in our favor, and I think that's why we have done it now. Because maybe that's why we eked it out. Like, go on, Gunther, you're going to get the rest of the season. Oh, wait a minute. No, actually, we're in a pinch. We'll bin you, and that gives us the element of surprise.
Don't see it being that.
I think if they were gonna do that, this would have been the game to do it before the Colts. Because that would have been the game that gives us the head-to-head against two of the three teams. And
I agree. I think we should, at the very least, left him. Let him go after the Falcons, after that debacle. Let alone the win after the Jets. Shit. I would have fired him after that. That was absolutely unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
unacceptable.
I don't know if there's a kind of an element of there's been flashes this year, and now whether that's Marinelli or not, I don't know. But there have been flashes that we can actually put a defense on the field, and I don't know if they was just kind of holding on too long for those flashes to materialize.
So think about this. We came out with something completely fucking different when we rolled the Chiefs. Completely different. A defense that we've not seen in the past 2 years. Completely different. Who cooked that up? Because I don't believe it was Gunther.
It was so prepped. It was so organized. It was everything about it.
Had been drilled in preseason.
Yeah, something.
So I don't think that came from Gunther anyway.
No, I think we all said at the time that doesn't look like a Gunther game plan at all. If ever it
was almost conservative, right? And Gunther's known for, well, I know it sounds stupid, but Gunther's known for his prevent, but he likes to let stuff loose up front and his blitz packages. That's what he is known for, and that's what we thought we were getting when we signed Gunther. What we got was a sack of shit.
Yeah.
Like most of our signings, both players and coaches, when we go out to free agency, we finally get a stud. Oh no, sack of shit.
Yeah.
See footnote, Trent Brown.
Yeah.
No, I think Trent Brown's been good.
Yeah, he's a good player when he's on the field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's not a coaching thing. That's him being. We've given Trent Brown enough airtime. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to say my bit, Tony. So
just quickly.
And that's where I was going to go. I wasn't sure. He was in the box, and that's what makes me think even more he was outie at that point. It was like, we don't want anyone to realize that Marinelli's calling this game.
But so why would you go back to having Gunther calling games if?
That's my point. Yeah. So for the audio listeners, Matt Berry's in the comments said Gunther was also in the box during the Chiefs game, which he was. But yeah, like you guys just said, that was our best defensive performance of the year against arguably the best team of the year. So yeah, like you said, if that was truly Marinelli, then surely that's the point where you go, see you in a bit.
You can't play the same defense week in, week out against different styles of quarterbacks. And maybe he was sitting up there from a vantage point, maybe because they had this rule of if you see Mahomes roll out, safeties come down. And I know he can't speak to the green dot during the play, but it's giving him a better advantage from up top. But I wondered, none of it makes fucking sense. That's what it is. None of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that he's gone, because he's clearly a sack of shit.
Yeah.
What's your point then, Mitch?
My oh fucking hell, I'm trashing the place. My worry is that right. One of the biggest problems we've got, that wasn't me taking the piss, I actually cough. One of the biggest problems that we've said on defense all year is that we have got zero pressure. That's just been it. Like, yeah, we've had issue at safety, but we know that that's because Abrams' a liability when he wants to be, and Eric Harris is arguably our worst player on the active roster. So our big problem has been getting quarterback pressure, and I think we alluded to it earlier. Like, who's what's Rod Marinelli's job right now? He's a D-line coach. So we don't know if Marinelli's had any impact on our defense so far this year. If he did have an impact during the Chiefs game, great. But if not, like, what's he going to do when he's in full charge? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, he's going to have a job interview. That's what it is. He's got 3 weeks of job interview. Maybe that's what it is. Is we said we'll give Gunther 3 quarters if he hasn't made a serious impact and we're not in playoff contention. Next year he's going to be gone regardless. Maybe that's what it was in the offseason. He was going to be gone regardless. So let's give a job interview.
Yeah, I get that. And yeah, I don't know. Like, again, I'm not going to say let's keep Paul Gunther just because Marinelli might not be very good. Don't think I'm saying that. I'm not. I'm very, very happy that we've got this sorted, but I'm just a bit worried about that. The fact that we're using the trainer of the position that we're most dissatisfied with to then take over.
Okay, so you've not really touched on the point that I thought you was going to touch on.
Okay.
Which is Marinelli has obviously got a long history of being defensive line coach. However, within that, he doesn't typically tend to focus just on the D-line. He tends to use his players on the D-line as for the defense as a whole. So what would benefit the defense? So, it's potentially because we have seen a massive difference this year to last year. Mm-hmm. So I think it's more of a case that he's trying to fit with Gunther's scheme. He's trying to fit his players the best way to benefit Gunther's scheme. So I think because we've got a guy there that thinks as a defense as a whole, not just his defensive lineman. Yeah. I think that is going to bode well, and I think he can bring something for the next 3 weeks.
But then, look, Gunther stunk last year. Why don't we gunner him off? Say to Marinelli, you got a 1-year prove-it deal as a DC, and keep Buckner, because if you ask me, that was a huge loss.
Yeah, I never understood
letting him go. Like the day I saw he was gone, I was like, "Are you fucking for real?" Like you meet certain coaches through life, in any sport that it is. There are certain ones that just pop out, and he was a real players coach, but he actually knew how to get those guys fired as well as coach and player coach with them, and he just letting him go was a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've talking of that. So there's been some interesting talk on social media today about obviously because we're Raiders and we're never happy. Like one big talking point was the fact that we paid more for our backup quarterback than we have any defensive back on our roster at the minute. Now I know that Marcus Mariota played more than any defensive back, which I'm not surprised at because let's be honest, Eric Harris has got himself up from a backups role to a starter. Yeah. Abrams obviously on a rookie deal, as is Mullen. Lawson and Nixon, I don't think Nixon is, but I think Lawson might still be on a rookie deal. I can't remember. So there's quite a few rookies in there, so that's understandable. But but even still, like it's weird that we paid more for a backup than a thingy. And the argument apparently that Gunther's saying and his agent's been saying is that I haven't got anything to work with. We spent 53 million more on our. No. This is what he's been saying. I'm just.
Well, he can certainly fuck off out.
Don't shoot the messenger. But this is where I'm going to not defend him and I'm going to slate him. So the worst ever season that we've had on defense was the 2018 season where we allowed 467 points. Who was the defensive coordinator then? After 3, 1, 2, 3, Paul Gunther.
It's the Paul Gunther segment. Yeah. I never would have guessed it.
And then, no, because it goes on to the next bit that we have currently allowed 391 points in 13 games, averaging over 30 points a game, on track to concede 481 points this season. And then my analytical brain, I don't just look at numbers, I look at trends, because I'm cool. That's based on the fact as well. That's including the Browns game. The Browns game, which was bad weather, where it was low scoring. So that could be an exception if I was going to report this. If you take the Browns game out of that average, we'd be on track for 513 points conceded this season. That's
a nice
terrible.
trend you've got there, mate. You've
Yeah.
really put some thought and some analysis into that.
I have. And if
like
we were
divided all of the points against by 13 and times it by 3
and then took out the anomaly game just to make it a
and
bit more realistic. Yeah.
See what you've done there.
And then the most points allowed by any team in an NFL season was the 1981 Ravens, who allowed 533 points. We would be the second team in that list if that was to happen. But the way it's going, we're not going to be. So that's fine.
There's a comment here that I'm going to mute myself over. That Dale points out, my golden commentator, I have to bring him in. So Dale says, could be problematic though, as we need someone to play safety. Abrams ain't not sure
he's not Troy
should be played in that way. The difference we've got, right, is that Pololulu, I'm not even Troy, it's easy, a single syllable.
Fucking Palama.
It's tag. So Troy, he had a lot, what I perceive to be a lot more knowledge than Abram. And I don't mean this in any derogatory term, but Abram looks stupid. I don't think he's got enough knowledge back there yet.
Abram still hasn't played one season.
No, right. So he's had a whole season in an NFL facility and a film room to sit there and watch every single film and break it down and get smarter. And did he? No.
You can sit in a film room all you want, but you don't learn shit till you get on the field, I don't think.
Yeah, there's a difference to a film room to a field, but Troy was smart as fuck.
I think you're comparing like Troy's peak performance of his career, though. Whereas I said Abram hasn't even played one season yet. Like maybe Palamalu was as stupid in his rookie season. I can't remember, but I'm not going to watch the tape to find out. But I want to watch him grow. And this is what I kind of like. Matt addressed this earlier about Marinelli, that apparently he, like Tony said, he likes safety blitzes. He uses his D line to do other things as opposed to just be a D line. A stat that was trending on Twitter today was the fact that Jamal Adams this season has the most sacks of any defensive back ever in a season so far. I think he's got like 10 sacks. Like that's how we need to use Abram. Like he can't drop into coverage. We saw it.
That's what I mean. Let's just bring him into the box.
So yeah, let's use him as a run stuffer and a blitzer. Let's use him.
When they go and put a heavy set out there, right? Abrams. In you go.
Yeah,
and if they haven't got a heavy set out there, if they're not two tight ends or they're not two in the backfield, plus, sorry, Abrams, mate, you ain't got enough smarts to be out there.
Yeah, and that's where we need to be using him. And I think if we can use him properly there, I think that's where it's going to stick. But Jeff Heath, I'm happy with, but then Eric Harris is the other hat back there.
Yeah, but I'll take Heath and Harris up there over the liability because I just don't think he's seeing enough of the field yet. And that doesn't mean that the second they come out in a heavy set, you rip him out. You put them in and rip them out when they're not in a heavy set. You do leave him out there in the odd ones, so you can go. So you've got a coaching point with him. You can say, "Look, man, you saw this on this play, blah 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 blah." But you're not leaving him out there to then be a liability, because in football, like as a player, and I apologize in advance, but we call it pick on a cripple. The weakest player on the field, you pick on it.
So you're only as good as you.
What did Mahomes do?
Yeah.
And this is what teams are going to start doing to him. He is a liability out there.
T.Y. Hilton done it yesterday on his touchdown grab. He absolutely twisted Abram around. He looked like a bloody Russian doll. He was just spinning around.
So use him to his strengths. When they're heavy set, pull him in until he's got the knowledge, then leave him in coverage to be our number one safety. There is possibility there. But I just don't think he's smart enough to rely on him.
No. Shall we put like a triple CV in to take the now available defensive coordinator's job? I think we could do this.
You reckon?
I think we could.
You reckon?
Well, Henderson's listening, so guys, we're available for a job. You get a 3-for-1 deal here.
Just want to rewind back a bit in the comments. Rocky, Marinelli is like 100 years old. Hardly expecting inspired radical thinking. Dick LeBeau coached defense at the highest level until he was older than Yoda. So
Can
I
we
think
also?
it's really got anything to do with it.
Can we? I don't want to like break GDPR rules or anything, but can we just address for our visual listeners? That is the coolest name I think I've ever seen ever.
Who? What?
Rocky Maximilian Walder Conrad Banks.
Rocky is a day one member of Silver Black UK. I think he signed up the first day we launched, and he is a devout member. He's a rock star. Rocky.
Love to see that. Absolutely love to see that.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
36 minutes in. We've covered the last game. We've covered the release of DC. I just realized we had 3 DCs on our team. Fuck.
We did.
Should we cut over? Just any more comments? Anyone want to final points on Gunther or anything?
I mean, there's a lot of questions about where we head next year as far as DC is concerned, but
well, let's talk about that now. So one name that I've seen floating around, and I think right at the top of the comments, Pat Patricia. No.
We had this chat.
No.
Yeah. Patriots defense got so much better when he left.
And I'm not going to judge him solely on the Lions' performance as he is the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to judge him solely on that. I'm going to also judge it by other people from Belichick's coaching tree. No. They don't work when they leave Belichick's coaching tree. He doesn't give them enough control that they have full understanding. So Pat Patricia, look, if we had him and Belichick was somewhere in the buildings, I would never want that, ever.
Dale's made a good suggestion.
Okay,
what about
he's not good enough. No, move on.
Dale's made a good suggestion. What about Matt Patricia?
yeah, Pat's evil twin brother.
Yeah. He has a pen behind his ear, not a pencil.
You've lost me.
No, you're actually right with what you say about Matrix. I mean, we said this a few weeks ago about Josh McDaniel. Went to Denver and just so.
Kenny said about Wade Phillips being interested. Wade Phillips has been interested since about week 4. Again, this is the thing, because he's only ever run a 3-4 defense. Would he run a 4-3 for us, or would we have to adopt to a 3-4? I think both things can have massive negative impacts. We've only ever drafted 4-3 players, and you've got to change their scheme, or you can have a.
Sorry. Has
a penny just dropped?
No, not a fucking chance, Pete Williams.
No, yes.
No.
You see what he's doing with that Saints defense?
I do not want him back on a Raider sideline. No way. I know what he's doing over there, and it's admirable. But no.
I still want Captain Jack back.
That is where I would go. But I think we screwed. Did I say Matt Patricia?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, sorry. You said Pat Patricia.
Oh,
that's where the joke.
There you go. Pat Patricia. It sounds better anyway. It's a bit more exotic.
Pat Patricia.
Yeah.
One person I'd want to see in
I
Margarita is Matt Patricia.
And I was always disappointed when Chucky came in. I was scratching my head why we did the dirty on Del Rio. I would have offered him that DC role.
I would have as well, and I said this about, I think it was last year. I said it, and everyone on the internet was like, "No, he wants a head coach role. Don't be so silly. This man's a genius.
He's not going to get one,
and he ain't going to get one." And he didn't, and now he's balling out. So, I said it to Tony earlier, or Ollie. I can't remember which one you said it to. I think we look to college. I think it's that time. I don't want college football to be able to turn around to you and say, this is the guy. But we need to go and get someone who's young, someone who can learn with us, someone who knows how rookies behave. We've got a lot of rookies on our team. You know what I mean?
I'd be looking at Venables out of Clemson.
He knows half of them.
Right.
This was the guy that I just flashed up. Matt Berry commented, wasn't it? Brett Venables?
Yeah.
Or
It
Brenda.
sounds like a TV presenter from the 80s.
I'm guessing he's some sort of relation to Euro '96 manager Terry Venables. I don't know.
There you go.
You tell us, Ollie. You know all about these family trees with like the Patricia family tree and
the Pat Patricia one, yeah.
the Pat tree. Yeah.
Pat Patricia is way better. Way better. I genuinely would say fuck it. We're pretty much in bed with Clemson. Let's just start sharing some coaches around.
Yeah, I think college moves right. Get some new exciting stuff in there. Like when Sean McVay came into the league as his head coach, and he just sort of like revolutionized offense and stuff like that. It's just like something like that. Like you want to be the first team to do it. You don't want to follow trends. You want to set trends.
But that guy is just a savant. Like I wonder if he's a great coach because he isn't like he's a savant. Like he just retains absolutely everything that he is told or has watched or learned, but he doesn't quite know how to apply it, and that's why he was so great the first time, because he'd been cooking this one up for so long. Like, when I hit the NFL, I'm going to do this, and then
or like Kyle Shanahan done it as well. Just you know what I mean, just something new, something invigorating, something that people are going to go, oh my God, we've not seen this before. And it's going to take the NFL a year to learn how to beat it, sort of thing.
I don't think there's any point in going out and finding someone else in the league. I don't think there's anyone that's going to be hitting let's say, the coaching free agency market this year that's worth getting. And I don't see us making an aggressive move to take an active DC and bring them across.
Yeah, and without sounding like a not conspiracy theorist, but like, a negative Nelly or whatever, there are defensive coordinators out there to get, but it's that whole argument. If they were good, then they wouldn't be on the free market. Like, someone would have had them by now.
So I don't know. I think Venables has got the best run at this if we can get him out of Clemson.
Yeah, I think so too. Purely from a personal standpoint.
I will. The other thing, just kind of briefly talking about defense, not so much coaching, and this might come up in the next segment or not. I want to just quickly go around the room, and I'd be interested in hearing the comments as well. What's everyone's general feel on it?
I am the same as I am with Abram. I feel like rookie year, he's missed a couple games. He's had a couple injuries. I think it goes on to next year. Is he going to learn how to wrap up properly, tackle properly, not try and wobble his head every time? Because, like you said, some of these people, you need to learn from it. And if he's going to learn from it, then great. But if he's not going to learn from it, then
I would expect anyone that's entering the league, barring quarterbacks, because they're just such a volatile commodity.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that you're taking in the first round, or even in the second round, actually, should be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I know he's battling, like he's had his brains rattled. He's facing a level of adversity because he's injured. He's playing with a cast, which I know he did at college, but I'm not sold on him, man.
I think
that higher draft pick. If he was a fourth rounder, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point in the season, you don't expect one of your rookies to have that many concussions that the next one he's going to think he's named Mary. It's not right.
No.
And obviously, yes, it's coachable, but it's not been a great.
Should have the ability to form tackle and form and cover to a degree. Obviously, it's NFL. It's faster. It's harder. It's different. It's different rules. So I expect that. I'm just thinking on it.
I think this coaching change at defense is going to be another signal to it. I'm hoping we see a lot of changes happen now. Like, let's see us go out there and put 5 or 6 sacks up in a game. Let's see us go out and get 15 pressures. And then same on the opposite side. Let's see a couple more, tip balls at the line, batted down from the linebackers, some big ass third down stops from corners, just all this sort of stuff. So not only our net, but I'm looking to see even more of our defensive players just seem to switch on a switch.
So Simon says it there, and we say about things that are interesting. And one of the things. Perfect, thanks, Tony. One of the things that is becoming a trend are players that do more than one thing. They become this hybrid role. Think about why we picked Lynn Bowden Jr. Because he was a joker. He was all over the place. What Simon says here. Sorry, Tony, I was coming to it. What Simon says here is why not try Abram as a hybrid linebacker, bulk up some because he can't cover for shit and he's too slow to cover receivers. I don't know if that's smarts that's stopping him cover receivers because I tell you what, from sideline to sideline, he is one of the quickest guys I've ever seen. So it's got to be smarts that's putting him in such an even further away position because, like, he can be 30 yards down the field on coverage, and they run a screen. Who's there? Abram. He's quicker than quick. I don't even know what his 40 was, but I don't care because he is fast. And so, yeah, I think bring him down into well, fuck it. Like Mac was a linebacker. We stuck his hand in the dirt. Abrams is a safety. Why not put him as a linebacker? Fuck it. Don't call it a hybrid. Just put him as a linebacker and go and find a safety.
I've seen people.
Cool.
Sorry, I've seen a few people talk about having him bulk up and play linebacker based on Simon's comment. But yeah, like I said, I don't think he needs to bulk up. I don't think he needs to do that. I just think, like we said earlier, just use him in the right situations.
You could just use him in like almost like a Tampa type of thing, where when he's dropping into coverage, he's got such a small area to cover, just in the middle of the field, and it's shallow, and he's still got some coverage over the top. But most of the time, he's in the linebacker, knocking heads.
Mm-hmm. Kenny's made a great point. Wasn't Tanner supposed to be that hybrid linebacker?
Yeah, he was, but broken.
Yeah, good job there.
No, I think we kind of alluded to it earlier with Abram and a Marinelli defense. I think Abram is going to fit quite nicely if indeed Marinelli's the guy going forward. Abram will fit quite nicely because. It seems as though he's got a bit of smarts, and then all of a sudden he's like a little puppy, and something moves in front of him. And he goes, "Oh, I've got that, get that," and off he goes. So I think if Marinelli can tap into that, and
I think we just give him the shiny penny plays when he has to go and chase a shiny penny. Just throw him out there and just say, "Right, go kill."
Yeah,
I'd love to have seen Abram take a couple snaps against the Chiefs, playing the spy role that Key was playing, because
no, because I think you have to be too patient to play spy, and I don't think he is. I think he's a bit.
But I think if you sat him down in a room and was like, "Look, dickhead, take your stupid hat off, right? If we let you play spy and you can go and break Patty, are you gonna? Yeah, I'll be patient. I promise."
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. He's the kind of guy. He wants to kill the best of the best, and I don't think he'd be patient enough. I think Arden was the perfect guy for that. Big body.
I'm not saying the whole game, but like when Patty kind of got used to Key playing spy, if we ended up hopefully playing them in the playoffs, and then he sat there going, right, Key's going to drop back and spy me now, and then Key ends up rushing him, and then he's got Abram coming from the other end, and he's like, oh fucking hell, here we go. Fumble, touchdown, Raiders win the Super Bowl. Thank you.
Just Day will come in there with a few less late hits would be nice as well. No.
Right. Yeah. Talking late hits, we are late to hit the next segment.
Oh. Cheers for that, Dale.
Right, let's hit it. I think it's time to move on. Let's go.
Welcome to the first ever double header.
This is like wash and go. This is 2 for 1. You get two episodes. In fact, we've thrown 3 episodes in here. You even got this Marinelli segment. Gee, he's so spoiled. And we're going to try and keep this like well under an hour and 45, unlike Saturday show. I think the aiming for an hour has completely gone out the window.
Before we get into this game, can we just address Jed's comment? I did see it earlier. Jed and Dale had the first 2020 SBUK meetup yesterday. Non-official, non-endorsed, may I add.
Non-official.
Yeah.
Glad to see members
No, that's good. That is
being
good.
safe and making friends.
They were obviously doing it in a socially distanced manner.
And
Yes.
also, sorry, Matt, no, not tonight. One because it's a double header, we've got enough to talk about, and two because I'm on my laptop and I haven't got any of the assets set up. So no TTIN tonight, I'm afraid.
All right, so pre-game. We obviously went to LA earlier in the season, to the holiday home. Now, I don't even know how to give my first take on this. I am more than a little concerned here. And Tony, just to reassure you, sorry, I have printed this evening's prediction.
Okay.
It's not so weird doing a pre-game show on a Monday.
Yeah, but to be honest, we do it a day before. Okay, we're 3 days before, so it does feel weird, but we're on a short week. Fortunately, we played at home last week. We've got no travel, so home. That pays off because clearly we were shit when we had to travel back and forth. That I think that really does take a toll on this team. I don't think they're used to that level of travel
because of the time difference.
Because of the time difference. The time difference is so mind blowing. I'm still in a little bit of a that revelation. Log it. Revelation.
Can I give you a great bit on this game to start with?
Go on and hit it.
I spent 15 minutes pulling stats together only to realise I was pulling stats for the Dolphins. So definitely a week ahead of myself. So I've got nothing.
Well, they'll be irrelevant by next week. So Tony, you can take those. Here are 2-week-old stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice move there, bud.
But Simon's got a great comment to sort of like start us off though. If the Browns win tonight, Browns fan for the day, we control our own destiny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to address tonight's game before this game, or do you want to?
I want to address it at the end.
Let's do it. Go Browns. There we go. Perfect. Done.
As quick as that.
It was more the playoff structure.
Yeah, exactly. I've got some shit coming up for that. All right.
Can't wait.
Yes. So they are officially out of contention. They are mathematically, it's impossible for the Chargers to make the playoffs. So all they need to do now is play spoiler. Who do they want to play spoiler on? The Raiders. Good fun. So what do they do like the Chiefs did to us? Throw some shit out there. Try some wild stuff. Much like we said, we're going to have a defense that is going to have some wrinkles, some slightly different stuff. And, what they achieve in a short week with a new DC, that's going to be a bit interesting. But, I think I think we're going to see some weird shit from the Chargers here. But do I think it's enough weird shit? Like, I went through the various reputable outlets on their predictions to get obviously some inspiration so I can print it off and submit it as my own. But I went out there and everyone is, I'm not going to say it's a landslide, but it's pretty comfortable. Everyone's saying this is a Raider win. And I'm sitting there going, whoa there. Did you not see the last game? I'm not sold. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm not sold either. I'm looking at the board now. Keenan Allen is questionable along with their safety Adderley.
He was questionable last time we played, right?
Who's that? Sorry,
Keenan.
No, didn't he score against us?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he came into the game as questionable.
Oh right, sorry. Yeah. Denzel Perriman is out. Tremaine Pope is out, and Joe Reed, their receiver, is out. So
perfect time for some weird shit that we can't prepare for.
Yeah, this is I feel like going through these things, like you've said, it's always you could look at good, you could look at it bad. NFL Rookie Pod, thanks for joining us. Eckler is fit. Sorry, Eckler if fit could have 200 yards with our run stuff in. Like that is the worry I've got straight away. that we've been ran all over these last 2 or 3 games, and now Austin Eckler's going to come up against us.
Tony, are you shaking your head, mate?
Not buying it.
You're not buying it. Go on and
Not buying
serve your
Well,
Kool-Aid.
I ain't selling it. It's just the truth.
Go on then, Tony. Serve your Kool-Aid. Let's hear it.
No, I'm not buying it. I think Marinelli's kind of sat back and observed and made notes throughout the season of what he could improve, and I think we see those improvements this week. I don't think the run defense is anything to worry about this week.
2 days.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's had the entire season so far to make his notes. And
I was going to say he's made his notes, but he also will have been installing things with his defensive front.
Yeah,
you know, they will be going, well, why have we never pulled that stunt, or why have we never done that shift?
I reckon there's my hot take if we want to get into it this early. For the week, I think.
You know what? I wonder if that's a reasonable way to do this. We get to the hot take now, leave the prediction out. We'll come to the predictions in a bit. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's rip the Band-Aid. Fucking Ollie, stop saying it. Let's go to it. Hot take. Go on then, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think we see a completely different D this week. I think we see a rejuvenated D this week, and my hot take from last week stands for this week: 6 sacks and a fumble.
6 sacks and a fumble.
6 sacks and a fumble, and we see a completely different defense this week.
Okay.
There you go. It's my hot take.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to stick with what I said about, we're being run against, which we have been. But I think JJ is going to turn up, and I think we find that running game again. O-line probably had to merge a little bit because they haven't all played together, really, have they? Because of all the.
No, I think O-line's good.
But I'm going JJ, 1 fiddy, 2 tuddies, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I'm just going to keep saying sit down.
Who's down? And why are we sitting him?
JJ's going to sit everyone down.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you said sit down. Sorry.
I'll be honest, guys. I don't have a hot take. I'm struggling at the moment to find a hot take, but I've kind of got you might consider it as a hot take, and I know that this is really quite a negative thing to have as a hot take, but it would be hot if it was them doing it, or it would be really cold if it was one of ours. But I genuinely believe, and I've got this feeling in my waters. So it's not hot take or a cold take. It's just this feeling that a significant player, I'm talking one of your higher caliber starters. So on our team, I am looking at Abram, Harris, Max on the defense, and Klee, and a few others, or a DC or a JJ or a Trent. On theirs, I don't even know who I'm looking at, but Herbert's one of them that's in this that I'm thinking. And I know this is really negative, but I think there is going to be I can't call it season ending, but more than a season ending injury. And I mean significant. I've just got this feeling in my waters. There is going to be a really, really nasty accident this week. No, maybe not.
Is this I told you it's pretty bad. The clairvoyant section? Are you just making predictions or looking into your crystal ball?
I just got this feeling that someone is going to have something catastrophic happen this week. It may be an ACL, or it might be an MDK.
And I'll just put your hot take down as one catastrophic event.
One catastrophic, meteor strike counts as well.
Earthquake, lightning strike, referee explodes, anything along the lines of that.
Referee calls a good game. Yeah.
Anything catastrophic like that.
Yeah.
Okay, one catastrophic event in the books.
They have to be within reason, Ollie. Let's be honest. I mean, we've been fairly grounded this year. I've called 350 burners. And all of these things are kind of they're feasible. Referees calling a good game.
I know. Sorry,
There'll be a line drawn somewhere, but I do hope that we get. I really hope, just for the sake of the next show, that we get something happen that we can then debate whether it was catastrophic enough to validate the hot take.
I'm just saying, catastrophic. Something catastrophic.
We all saw the birds flying around in the game because there was a big conversation about it. If DC launches a ball 50 yards through the air, wide open rugs, hits a bird, ball and dead bird just drop to the ground. Catastrophic.
That's pretty catastrophic. Could have been a touchdown, but instead you just caught a dead bird.
Imagine if
he's watching.
Imagine if Ruggs just caught the dead bird and the ball dropped.
But Pete came back, so I don't know if you guys remember Pete. He might not. I don't think he's in the comments tonight. Pete's one of my receivers from Sussex Thunder, and we were having a pitch and catch, socially distanced, obviously, during the first lockdown or somewhere around there, and he absolutely missed this ball. And he came back and he went, I'm so sorry, mate. I said, what happened? He went, I was trying to catch a bird.
There you go.
Oh, bollocks.
That one ain't coming down. But yeah,
anyway,
we will look at
catastrophic failures. We'll have an assessment if there is a catastrophic failure. I mean, kind of engine light warning on catastrophic. But yeah,
just I know most people. Most people drive around with their engine warning light on like it's a fucking disco ball.
So stat wise, there's not a lot in it, guys.
We look so good there. We do.
Do you think?
Really?
The only stat we're losing on is passing yards, and that's because they're always losing games. They're always airing it out. They're never running the ball.
Look. No, these are not stats. That there is not one stat line there that I'm going blowout. Yep, we're running the rock. There is not one stat line there.
I mean, oh, okay. There's green dots in wrong places. Points.
No, it's not.
Points allowed. I'm pointing at my screen like everyone else can see. Points allowed. Green dots in the wrong place.
Oh, points allowed in the wrong place. Sorry. Yeah,
that's all right. But no, yeah.
It's one of those. No, not comfortable. I understand what you're saying because you said it when we played them last time. They're very good at their garbage yards.
Yeah,
they get garbage yards all game long. I think that was for the Bolts that you said that.
Yeah,
but
Herbert is the new Blake Bortles.
Look.
He's better than him. I'm just garbage yards comparison.
Look, we've got Mahomes in our division, and I am concerned about Herbert as a long term. As much as a muppet he looks, with really bad hair as well now. Nah, I'm concerned about him. I don't think our quarterback play matches the quarterback play that we have in our division alone. He's a talent.
You're right. He's just going to get better and better as years go on.
Because remember, he got thrown under it very quick. I think they just wanted to do like KC did with Mahomes. They just sat him behind Alex for a year and let him learn. You know, what Abrams should have been doing last year. But I think that's what they wanted to do, was just leave him behind Tyrod and then pop.
That's a catastrophic event.
There you go. That's a classification of catastrophic event.
Oh, don't make that happen. We don't need freaking Marcus Mariota coming in.
No, I don't want to jinx it in any way, but I'm just saying, catastrophic event. But score-wise, I'm not all that comfortable about this one going in. I think it's a fairly matched, at least on paper, I think it's fairly well matched. And I don't like fairly well matched games in divisional games.
Sorry to quickly change the subject, but I just thought I'd get the definition of catastrophic just on the off chance. It says involving or causing sudden great damage or suffering. I just feel like we suffer every week, so we can't really go. We can't really go off of that definition. But no, sorry. Back to the point. Yeah, divisional game, very tough. We only snuck by them last time. Admittedly, we were on the road, even though we played.
It's not on the road, man. That was freaking LA. It's round the corner.
Arguably, it's on the road compared to the usual because we'd usually have that place packed out with fans.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, this putting the graphics together made me chuckle. Was Max is checking out Herbert's arse there, but I wanted to put Max there because it's about time he woke the fuck up.
He's getting held so much. Like,
I know he's getting held.
Oh my god!
But he needs to just start breaking some arms or talking to the refs nicely because I don't get it. Like social media presence, the guy's quite a nice guy and quite approachable. Why is he not genuinely just having a chat with the refs? Guys, can you please take a look at what's happening here? Because
Belichick done that one game. I can't remember what game it was, but I think the Patriots got given like 2 calls in one game, and it was like no one had heard that call happen for like months, or if not this season, no one had heard it called, and he gets called twice in one game. I can't remember what it was, but apparently Belichick went up to the officials before the game and said, "Watch out for them doing this because I've seen they've been doing it." And he put it in their head before the game, and then
that's what Max needs to do. Is he's well-mannered. He's not, Perfect walks up and says, "Excuse me, could you just look? They kind of seem to be holding me."
Same mean thing.
Yeah, all right, mate. No worries. But Max is a wholesome, normal, normal, nice guy, grounded guy. If he turns around to the refs and says, "Refs, could you take a look? This guy's a dick." Yeah. They'll start taking a look. Plus, he's got fucking great big arms. Why is he not appealing for it? Like
he does. No, the amount of times I saw him yesterday, I feel like every other down, you can just see his massive Boeing 787 arms just doing this all over the field. He could literally grab each coach from the sidelines and just smash them together at the 50. Like, honestly,
Tony, where's your comfort level?
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
I'm comfortable. Yeah, I am.
Because I want to move. I want to move on to predictions.
Yeah, I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. I'm right there, ready with the prediction.
Seconding me on that one.
I think we're good. But I tell you what, though, I will. Now you've taken those off, I will just throw that up because that's comment of the week as far as I'm concerned.
Hot take: Chargers doctor administers team COVID vaccine, wipes out entire roster. Catastrophic. Well, Jed, that is certainly catastrophic.
I like it.
Do we automatically get the win then, or is like Anthony Lynn going to be playing quarterback and throw into like 10 fans?
No, because they're not allowed to dress coaches. I think the precedent's been set right by the donkeys. Who they're saying? What's the name of that backup in irrelevant? Here we go. Some league news, irrelevant news, or whatever you want to call it. The wide receiver practice squad guy that the donkeys brought up to be their starting quarterback. I forget his name. I want to call him Winston or something like that.
He's not a dog.
We'll go with Winston because I can't remember his name. The Canton, as in the Hall of Fame in Canton, the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton, has requested from Denver to have some of his equipment from the game so they can put it in the Hall of Fame. I shit thee not.
Okay.
Like a practice squad guy
who made one completion,
one pass, and they want to put him in the Hall of Fame. Not just like, I say not just like, anything in the Hall of Fame is impressive, but want to do a display for him.
I'm not going to go into social politics because this isn't the right show for it.
The Hall of Fame thing is a crock of shit.
Celebrating people for doing things they should not be doing, or in his case, aren't doing, is baffling to me.
So, anyways, let's go to it. And I just thought I'd get you with that useless tidbit of info. So it's about that kind of time, and I'm not going to take any shit because I'm going up front. I'm going up first with my predictions. But I will say, guys, in the comments, please, we're coming to predictions, score lines, color codes, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you give us a Raider score, you give us a Bolt score. We want to hear from you as we go through. I'm just going to open straight up. I don't think it's going to be straight, clear and easy. I'm going to explain how we get to this score line. What?
Early Christmas?
What? Don't waffle.
Opening stuff up. Yeah. Yes. We love it.
So, Tony, you didn't even drop the graphic, man.
You what? Oh.
Hey, listen, I don't have a disco in here. Well, let's all start dancing.
I do my own videos.
I was on tenterhooks. Sorry.
You were on Tinder. Okay.
Can I go next?
No, I just wanted to say, I do just want to say, we snatched that. We will be losing, and we'll snatch it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
going to go with Tony. I'm going to pass the mantle over to Tony.
No, do you know what? The man there wants to have a go, but
I only laughed so much and wanted to go next because I already typed mine out in my notes.
Well, you're going to have to change it now.
I also had Raiders 34, Chargers 31. I had the exact same, and I'm sticking with it.
No, you're not. You got to change it.
No, because I think
change it.
This could be a sign. This could be a sign. The first time we're on the same wavelength, and it all comes to fruition.
All right.
Wrong.
That's a wavelength.
We're both lying, are we, Tony? Okay, all right. We'll take your submission to join the cool crew at 34-31.
The irony that the first time you go first after being given shit for the last 22 episodes.
Yeah, and I printed it out. I remember to print it out.
One time that I have literally wrote it down on my notes before.
Right, let's see if Tony's going to join us on the 34-31 bandwagon train.
You're both massively wrong. Massively
Fuck
wrong.
off with your 50 burgers. Go on, mate.
I don't understand genuinely how you've got to 34-31. I don't understand how you've got us scoring 34 points. And
Okay, so what happens is we score 4 touchdowns.
I understand the logistics of it. I just don't understand in your collective brain.
Hey, Mitch, don't be baited. What? Don't be baited. He's trying to pull some shit out. Just let him put his thing down.
Okay.
He's trying to bait you.
Okay.
Tony, the mic is yours.
I just genuinely don't get it. And I don't see how you get the Chargers scoring 31 points. As far as I'm concerned, I think the Chargers are good for 18, 20 at a push.
Ooh.
And I think even potentially even a little bit lower than that, because I genuinely think you see a rejuvenated defense in 3 days from Rod Marinelli. So should we call it 16? I reckon the Chargers score 16.
Okay.
I reckon the Raiders score 52. I'm back on the 50 burger.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
52-16. Let's go.
Well, I can tell you now, don't worry, because Dale's joined you on the 50 burger club.
See?
But he's also got the Chargers at 42.
That's a Madden score, that is. That's a Madden
that is a Madden score. We've got Jed in at Raiders 27, Chargers 24 in overtime.
That's not the first overtime comment I've seen.
That's where my snatcher's coming from. My snatch. All right, we've got Clive Knowles in with bright red. Raiders 35, Chargers 20. Simon Jordan's in with 37-20. He says Raiders. Mark is in at 21-17. Ed Vila in what color is that, Tony?
I don't know. Ask Clive. Clive knows the colours now. No.
So Ed's in at 31-28.
Maybe.
You know, I'm thinking people are not drinking the Kool-Aid that Tony's drinking on that ridiculous difference. 38-35 in from Matt Berry. Kenny Blair, always number one. 34-27. I think I caught them all. So yeah, can't get this comment off the screen. So yeah, I think
we're confident again. I like to see that none of us have lost confidence.
No, because we know we're more than capable. It's just we
are
to find new ways to fuck up.
Yes. No, you are 100% right.
I'm just saying we find new ways to fuck up, and I'm not questioning our capability, and I still believe that we can get it done. Whether we do fucking 50 burger, these crackers. Don't get me wrong. If I see it, like, I'll drive to your house, Tony, and shake your hand. Like, well done. They finally got a 50 burger. Thanks for your faith.
No, you won't now because we're going to tier 3. So
it's all right. I'm from Sussex. I'm tier 3 as well. So
you stay down there.
I'm already in tier 3.
Right.
Ripperoonie.
So, hot takes, predictions,
In the books.
all in the books, all done,
Saved.
dusted. We have gone through the firings.
Mhm.
We've gone through a preview. We've gone through a post view. We've gone through an intro. We've gone through the comments. And I think it's probably, we spoke on previous episodes. We've spoken through the draft.
God.
But you know what? It's felt like a little bit of an alien topic for so long, for so many Raiders fans, is the ability to be 3 games away from the end of the regular season and being able to talk about the playoffs. Because at the end of the day, like, we are so seasoned. I saw some, like, normally NFL UK group on Facebook is full of crap. But there's one guy today that I guess he was a Steelers fan. And he said, this year is shit as a Steelers fan. Because we now have expectations. He said, I far more enjoyed last year's 8-8 season.
I saw that comment.
You saw it, right? It was a good
I read
comment. I knew it was from, but as far as a Steeler comment goes, but he said, I enjoyed it more because it was, you didn't know which way it was going to go. There was a lot more plot lines, a lot more stories. Like, we have been seasoned for so long to see shit after shit after shit and going, fuck the playoffs. But like, it's nice this year to actually see some competition like last year. There was the chance to be there. Have we got the longevity to go through? You don't know, because we've won on a wild card before. You don't know what's going to happen. You've got to be in it to win it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So where do we sit right now?
Talking of historic seasons, quickly before we dive into it, one thing another useless fact I got that I want to throw in before it goes to waste. Only 18 teams have allowed more than 30 points a game ever in the NFL. None of those 18 teams have
Why don't
ever...
you drop this stat afterwards? I'd line this up so beautifully. I'm going to piss on your parade as well. I'll just mute you. Shit. I line it up like a champ. Literally went on a rant for 2 minutes, and I flicked the slide up, and you fuck on me. Jeez.
Well, it was kind of on point with the trends and previous times.
Mate.
But the stat was literally that. Only 18 teams have ever allowed 30 points on average per game. None of those 18 teams have ever won more than 6 games. We've allowed just over 30 points per game, and we have won 7 with 3 games remaining. We're setting all kinds of records, and they're not good ones, but solid proof that the offense is keeping us in contention for the playoffs, which is where it links into this bit. Let's take it to the playoffs.
Could have been a lovely response to the playoff slide that I put together, but okay.
I mean, that's why I kind of wanted to follow on with it, but
yeah.
Let's continue.
So anyways, Chargers, Steelers, no surprise with this season the way it's going. They've got it locked up. So what have we got in the hunt? Obviously, dropping to Indy yesterday was not a good idea. And it proves how important that absolutely grinding it. Was important yesterday. Owning that horrendous weather in Cleveland, I think that is showing how damn important that was. And I think it's really, a lot of this season is going to come around Cleveland, right? For so many teams. And we've got some tough games ahead, right? We've got the Donkeys, who are mathematically not out of it. Then it is possible that they can make this. They are even on the bubble. Who would have thought that? In the beginning of the season, we were saying that absolute dumpster fire. They have a chance of making it to the fucking playoffs. And that's disgraceful. But anyways, we're playing a pretty warm Miami team. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Plus, it's a lefty with Tua down there, and lefties are a pain in the arse.
And on the road.
Yeah, and on the road on the East Coast with a time zone difference.
The only nice little thing I've just thought about with a lefty, he ain't going to see Max come in.
We flip him. We flip him back and forth.
We do.
So we've been doing that before.
Max is primarily on the left.
So
Clickety clue.
I'm trying to find the figure. So at the moment we sit somewhere around 30%. Where has my amazing tool gone?
What have you lost, Ollie?
It's the most phenomenal predictor tool because you put all of these permutations in there and it does like 12,000 different searches and works out. Yeah, so at the moment we're sitting at 20. Oh, wait a minute, it's changing. What's going on? 27% probability of making the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with all the different other simulations that could occur of different wins or whatever, we win this game, it only increases to 33% chance.
What?
Y'all.
Oh, wait, sorry. I keep thinking we're playing the freaking Dolphins and we're not.
Yeah, it only increases to 33. But I can tell you we can theoretically still get the playoffs if we drop 2 of these games.
But we have
and
to
it's not
rely
like it's 1%, it's like 11% or something like that. I can't remember which way around it is, but we can still make this with dropping 2. And that's not reliant on
It is. It is.
But I think it's the Chargers and Broncos games we can drop, but we have to beat the Dolphins.
But even if we only beat the Dolphins, we've got to rely on the Ravens.
Well, that's fine.
It's not. It's not.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty well contested game.
Tony pointed out earlier the Ravens' schedule for the end of the year. Obviously, they've got the Browns tonight. Their last 3 games are the Giants, the Jags, and the Bengals.
Yeah.
The only game. This is why tonight's so big, because the Ravens, if they win tonight, are obviously 8-5. They're a game ahead of us, and they will be the team that we need to beat out for the playoff spot.
The Ravens.
Yes,
I'll take that.
but the problem is we don't have a head-to-head with the Ravens, so we need to.
Pretty fair.
So we need to beat out Miami to get ahead of them on the head-to-head. And then the Ravens, we need to then tie their record. But if the Browns don't beat them tonight, then I don't see them dropping a game in the last 3, which means we need to win out. Because the only way we beat the Ravens if we tie their record is on division.
Life gets a hell of a lot easier if we win out, right? I think everyone understands that. Like, it's a 92% chance that we make the playoffs if we win out. Then say the Browns win tonight, done. We're in the playoffs. There's no question here. But if the Ravens win, we're down to 90%. Then it comes to some other games.
Yeah, 100%.
So what I'm saying is tonight is big on who wins, but it doesn't make the biggest of changes. I'll stick this in. It's from New York Times. It's pretty cool.
The change it does is that it takes it in or out of our hands. If the Ravens lose tonight, we don't have to rely on any results. We can just win the last 3 games and we're in. That's all it is. Like I said, the Colts and the Browns will be in, and we'll take that 7th spot because we'll be ahead of Dolphins with a head-to-head, and we'll be ahead of the Ravens. This is the best bit on the division record because we are currently 3-1 in the division. They're 2-2.
Won't we take the 6th spot because we'll be ahead of Cleveland as well?
No, because Cleveland have a better record than us. If Cleveland win tonight, they'll have 10 wins and 3 losses.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And then the only way we can tie Cleveland is if they lose their last 3 games and we win our last 3 games. Which it's not going to happen. No, it's not. You're right. So, that makes that Chiefs game so big. That win against the Chiefs so big. Like, oh yeah, I can't even get my hat on with how big it makes it. But
is it
really does?
Is it just me, or is it nice to see 3 AFC West teams up in there to fight this late again?
I like it.
Coming back.
Yeah. But Denver's a dumpster fire. It does not belong on that list.
They'll be out this week.
That's mathematical only.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, everyone in the NFC East is mathematically still in with a chance, aren't they?
No.
So here we go.
Wait, sorry, yeah, because all of them could win the division. Sorry.
So if we here we go. Here's an interesting one. How are they still in the hunt? Oh, if the Ravens win tonight, the Donkeys are out.
There you go.
Donkeys are out of the playoffs. Oh, wait a minute. I might have made a boo-boo there. Okay, right now, Denver have a -1% chance of winning, of getting to the playoffs. So mathematically, yes. In practice, no. No.
Brilliant.
Not going to happen. And I think if we win one game, they're out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really important run that we've got now.
I am so tired, but I really want to stay up and watch this game tonight because we said it again about the Colts game. If we would have won last night, then it would have been in our hands. But I didn't realise, I don't think any of us realised that it's actually this game now. This game is the one that's going to put it in or out of our hands.
NFC, Matt. NFC.
So, yeah, it's interesting. And I don't know what the stats are for the rest of the teams, but if you add up all of the teams that have played each other within this picture, we've played the Chiefs twice, the Bills, the Colts, and we will play the Dolphins, and we've played the Patriots, the Browns, and the Patriots, and Denver twice.
And Denver.
So everyone who's in the picture now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of our games have come from teams still in the hunt.
9 of 13 games.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive, right?
Such a hard schedule. Yeah,
and
that doesn't include that you also add in that we also played the Saints, who are going to probably get seed 1 in the NFC. And the Bucks will probably get to the playoffs as well. I'm not sure how the NFC is looking. I don't really care at this point because we've only got to worry about that in February. But
yeah, it was the Bucks are in. 96% chance of hitting playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just proves it was a fucking tough schedule that we had this year, and the fact that we're in the hunt on the bubble with 3 games to go, I'll take that. It's interesting football, right? So my opening comment is interesting football.
Yeah.
We watch this game because we love it and we love our Raiders and we want to see them win. But let's be honest, when we weren't winning, we were still watching, right? Still enjoying it. This just adds another layer back into it.
I would watch the Raiders as a team strip wallpaper. So, yeah.
Rock and roll.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
Do we have any league news? Any catastrophic events?
That's been reserved for Thursday night, I do believe. No, I've got no league news to report of. Like I said, it's tonight's game.
Biggie. So, on that bombshell, there won't be another pre-game. We've done your post-game. What?
A slight bit of news that Steelers are pooping the bed, and because they pooped the bed again, that means that the Chiefs now have a number 1 seed, which means we probably won't, if it stays the same, get them in the wild card round. Because I think out of the 2 teams, I'd rather play the Chiefs. If we finished in the 7th spot and they got 2nd, we'd be playing them in Arrowhead in January, and I think that would have been so good. So good.
I would rather play the Chiefs than the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't know. We did say it. They're a tin. What's the phrase? Like tin soldier team or whatever. Look at their schedule. It's shit.
Tin pot team.
That's the cookie.
No, tin soldier.
Tin soldier.
You know me. I'm here to butcher any phrase.
We love it. We love you for it.
So yeah, I think we'd stand a good chance against the Chiefs. And actually, we'd have Incognito back by then, would we not?
He's out for the year, isn't he?
No, he's out for
No.
Not the calendar
thought-
year. I think when they said the year, they meant the season.
I think they said that if we made the playoffs, Richie was back.
Ollie taking things so literally. 1st of January. He's like,
Yeah, 1st of January, back, mate. You're active. Well, I've got a cast on. No, fuck it out there.
Don't want to end nothing. Oh dear.
I thought I saw Incognito was back if we made the playoffs.
I think that was the case.
It just says
came out a couple of weeks ago that he's
okay.
He's having surgery, is he not?
Yeah,
I thought so.
ESPN said he's out for the season with a foot injury. Las Vegas Review Journal says Richie Incognito injury could signal end of NFL career. Oh dear.
That's a shame.
That's 3 weeks
Anyway,
away.
so we're giving you a bumper episode, but we won't be giving you another pre-game show because you've had your pre-game show today.
We'll let you spend Christmas without us and spend it with your family.
We could look into maybe a post-game show, possibly at the weekend. I don't know if it works with anyone. We'll see. Let us know in the comments if you want the gang to come as a post-game. We could do a post-game maybe.
And over the whole Christmas period, we aren't gonna
We don't have
bombard you
families.
guys. But if you guys want shows for the games, let us know. And
Even if you want a color commentary team, we're here. We're 3-for-1 deal. We do color commentary on random games.
the best.
We could try and sync up. Just don't include Helinda on this because she'd be 3 minutes behind. But
literally the funniest thing from the tailgate last night was the fact that me and Ollie were watching on Sky we were about 2 plays ahead of Mitch and about 3 hours ahead of Helinda, and literally Ollie messaged me on Facebook coming out of the second half. He was like, right, on the 1st and 10 snap, let's just go fucking mental we've just gone in. It's brilliant.
But Mitch clocked it, took his headset off and everything. He was like, "Whoa, I'm gonna pay attention to this." And he's sitting there, he's watched kickoff, and it's like, first down goes past, second down goes past. Fuck are you guys on about?
You got me.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, Dale's put in his request. We can't miss TTI for 2 weeks, so we're gonna have to come up with something.
Well,
We're here for all your footballing and irrelevant news needs.
we shall see what we can do. But for now, I think it's the end. Tonight, guys.
Let's go Browns. Keep us in it.
It's been a good show. I had good fun. Thanks, guys, in the comments for joining in. Appreciate you guys keeping up with the kind of pace that we've rattled through tonight. But no, it's been good fun. And
Shoolaloo.
Shoolalulu.
Indeed.
I'd completely forgotten to Shoolalulu.
You can't forget the Shoolaloo, otherwise you'll
Go
have the
Raiders
Swedish
and
gods attacking you in your dreams.
Shoolalulu.
Shoo-loo-loo-loo.